You walked into a Toyota dealership in 2026 thinking the same thing every hybrid buyer has thought for the last 15 years. A hybrid saves you money, lower fuel bills, fewer brake jobs, less stress on the engine. A smarter financial decision wrapped in a green sticker. But what nobody told you, what no salesperson has any incentive to mention, is that the modern Toyota RAV4 Hybrid carries a layer of maintenance costs that simply did not exist on hybrids from 5 years ago. They are called second-stage costs, and they only start showing up after the warranty paperwork gets quietly filed away in a drawer. So the real question is not whether the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid is more efficient than its gasoline twin. The real question is whether it is actually cheaper to own once the dealership stops smiling at you. And the answer in 2026 might not be the one you want to hear. The first thing nobody explains at the showroom is that the high-voltage battery inside your Toyota RAV4 Hybrid does not cool itself by magic. It uses an active thermal management system that pulls air from inside the cabin, routes it through a dedicated filter, and pushes it across the battery cells to keep them inside their operating window. That battery filter sits under the rear seat, usually on the passenger side, and most owners go their entire ownership cycle without ever knowing it exists. Toyota lists it in the service manual. The dealership rarely brings it up. And here is where the trap closes. That filter costs around $20 at retail. Replacing it yourself takes about 10 minutes. Ignore it for 2 or 3 years in dusty, humid, or pet-heavy environments, and the cooling fan starts working overtime to push air through a clogged barrier. Cell temperatures creep up. The battery management system logs thermal events. And by the time the dashboard finally throws a warning, you are not looking at a $20 filter anymore. You are looking at a degraded battery module that Toyota quotes north of $3,000 to replace out of warranty. That is the pattern with hybrids in 2026. The cheapest part on the car, ignored long enough, becomes the most expensive failure on the car. And the new diagnostic protocols Toyota rolled out for the 2026 model year actually make this worse, not better, because they require a paid scan to even read the thermal event log. So if you bought the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid expecting a maintenance vacation, you bought it with a clock running that you cannot see. Now, here is the contradiction that almost every hybrid buyer misses. Regenerative braking is supposed to save you money. The electric motor slows the car. The friction brakes barely get used, so your pads and rotors last longer than they would on a gasoline-only vehicle. That part is true, but there is a second-order effect that nobody warns you about. When you stop using friction brakes regularly, the calipers, the slide pins, and the rotor surfaces do not get cleaned by friction the way they would on a non-hybrid. They sit, they collect moisture, and in any climate with humidity, road salt, or seasonal temperature swings, they begin to corrode from the inside out. By year 4, the rotors on a neglected Toyota RAV4 Hybrid do not fail because they are worn. They fail because they are rusted. And the calipers do not seize because of mileage. They seize because the slide pins have not moved enough to stay lubricated. So the same regenerative braking that saved you money in years 1 through 3 is the exact reason you are paying around $600 per axle to refurbish a brake system that technically still has plenty of pad life. Toyota knows this. Their service schedule for the 2026 hybrid line quietly added a preventive caliper lubrication service that was not part of the older recommendations. It is not free. It is not included in the basic maintenance plan most dealerships sell you. And if you skip it, the math on your hybrid savings starts shifting in a direction the showroom never showed you. So what happens when you have saved $1,500 on fuel over 4 years, only to spend $1,200 rehabilitating a brake system that should have been the easiest part of ownership? That is the moment the green sticker stops feeling responsible and starts feeling like a setup. This is the section that exposes the deepest myth in hybrid ownership. Toyota markets the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid all-wheel drive system as electronic, on-demand, and effectively maintenance-free. There is no drive shaft running from the front to the rear axle. Instead, a dedicated electric motor sits at the rear axle, engaging only when sensors detect slip or when the system predicts you will need traction. Toyota calls it EAWD. It is clever engineering. It is also exactly where the maintenance bills hide, because that rear electric motor does not run dry. It sits inside an e-axle housing filled with a specialized synthetic fluid that cools the motor windings and lubricates the reduction gears. For years, Toyota documentation referred to this fluid as filled for life. That language has quietly disappeared from the 2026 service literature. What replaced it is a recommendation for inspection at 60,000 miles and replacement at 90,000 miles in severe service conditions, which Toyota defines broadly enough that almost any real-world driving qualifies. The reason is simple. Fluid degrades. It always has. And once that e-axle fluid loses its thermal properties, the rear motor starts running hotter, the reduction gears wear faster. And the failure mode is not a slow leak. It is a quiet loss of rear traction, followed by a repair bill that ranges between $2,000 and $4,000, depending on whether the motor itself needs replacement. Compare that to a conventional gasoline crossover with a mechanical rear differential. A traditional differential fluid service on something like the Mazda CX-50 or the Honda CRV runs about $120 at most independent shops. The specialized synthetic fluid for the e-axle on the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid runs closer to $350 when you include the proprietary fill procedure that requires Toyota's diagnostic tablet to release the system into service mode. So the same all-wheel drive layout that simplified the mechanical hardware introduced an entirely new category of cost. The buyers who do not keep their Toyota RAV4 Hybrid past 60,000 miles will never know it exists. The buyers who do are about to find out the hard way. And here's the part that should make you pause. The Honda CRV Hybrid uses a different all-wheel drive philosophy, with a mechanical rear differential paired to a hybrid powertrain that drives the front wheels. That means the Honda CRV Hybrid avoids the e-axle maintenance category entirely. It has its own quirks, but the long-term fluid cost picture is closer to a traditional vehicle. So when you compare the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid to the Honda CRV Hybrid on paper, the fuel economy looks similar. But the second stage ownership math diverges sharply by year 5, and no salesperson will ever volunteer that comparison. Here is where 2026 ownership stops feeling like owning a car and starts feeling like owning a phone with wheels. The Toyota RAV4 Hybrid in its current generation runs on a software architecture that touches almost every system on the vehicle. The hybrid powertrain firmware, the advanced driver assistance suite, the infotainment layer, the over-the-air update channel. And every single one of those layers can cost you money in ways you have never experienced on a previous vehicle. Start with calibration. If you replace a windshield on a Toyota RAV4 Hybrid because a rock hit it on the highway, the forward-facing camera that runs lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, and automatic emergency braking has to be recalibrated. That is not a windshield shop service. That is a Toyota dealer service in most cases, and the labor rate is not based on parts. It is based on scanner time. The same applies after a wheel alignment, after a suspension adjustment, after a bumper repair, and in some cases after a tire rotation that triggers the system to flag a sensor angle change. Owners are reporting recalibration invoices ranging from $200 to over $600 for services that, on a 2018 crossover, simply did not exist as billable line items. Some Toyota dealerships are now charging a separate $150 system reset fee on top of the calibration itself, classified as a software access charge that has nothing to do with mechanical labor. That fee did not exist on the 2024 service menu. It appeared in 2025. It became standard practice in 2026. Then there is the hybrid system software itself. Toyota issues periodic updates to the powertrain control module to refine battery charging behavior, regenerative braking response, and emissions compliance. Some updates are free under warranty. Others, particularly after the first 60,000 miles, are billable. And then there is the ADAS suite, the same advanced driver assistance technology that makes the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid feel safer than older vehicles, is the same technology that turns into a recurring expense the longer you own the car. You are not buying maintenance anymore. You are buying scanner hours. And scanner hours are how dealerships in 2026 are quietly making more money than they make on actual mechanical work. So what does it really mean when the cheapest part of fixing your car is the part you can physically hold in your hand? It means the value of mechanical simplicity has been replaced by the cost of digital complexity. And every model in this class is moving the same direction, from the Hyundai Tucson Hybrid to the Kia Sportage Hybrid to the Honda CRV Hybrid. But the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid sits at the deeper end of that pool because Toyota keeps tighter control over which independent shops can access the diagnostic tools, which pushes more of the recurring software work into the dealership network at dealership labor rates. Let us stop talking in fragments and actually run the numbers. A typical Toyota RAV4 Hybrid driver in 2026, covering around 12,000 miles per year, will save somewhere between $400 and $600 annually on fuel, compared to the gasoline-only Toyota RAV4. Over 5 years, that is roughly $2,500 in fuel savings on the optimistic end. Now, layer in the second stage costs. Battery cooling filter replacements over 5 years run about $80 total. Preventive caliper service across 2 cycles runs around $600. The e-axle fluid service at the recommended interval runs around $350. A DAAS recalibrations, software updates, and miscellaneous scan-based services across 5 years average between $400 and $700 depending on how often you trigger them. Add a tire premium because the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid weighs more than the gasoline model and wears tires slightly faster. That is another $150 over 5 years compared to the non-hybrid. Total second stage costs over a 5-year cycle land somewhere between $1,600 and $1,900. Subtract that from your $2,500 in fuel savings, and your net advantage as a hybrid owner is closer to $600 over 5 years, not the massive savings the showroom math implied. Now here is the part that changes the entire calculation. If you drive more than 18,000 miles per year, the fuel savings climb fast, and the math tilts hard in favor of the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. If you drive fewer than 10,000 miles per year, the second stage costs eat your savings entirely, and you may have been better off with the gasoline Honda CRV, the Mazda CX-50, or even the Hyundai Tucson, all of which avoid the e-axle and the dedicated battery cooling categories altogether. So the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid isn't a bad investment. It is a specific investment. It rewards high-mileage commuters, rideshare drivers, and people who keep their vehicles past 100,000 miles. It quietly punishes light urban users who bought it because the badge sounded responsible. And the difference between those two outcomes is not the car, it is the buyer. The same Toyota RAV4 Hybrid can be the smartest vehicle in your driveway or the most expensive financial mistake of your decade. And the only variable that decides which one you get is how honest you were with yourself about how you actually use a car. So now I want to hear from you. If you have owned a Toyota RAV4 Hybrid past 60,000 miles, drop a comment with the most surprising service bill you have ever received and the mileage where it hit you. If you are shopping for one right now, tell me whether your real annual mileage actually justifies the hybrid premium or whether you are about to buy one for the wrong reason. And if you want me to run the same teardown on the Honda CRV Hybrid, the Hyundai Tucson Hybrid, or the new Kia Sportage Hybrid, comment below and tell me which one matters most to your next purchase. The smartest car buyer in 2026 is not the one who picks the most efficient SUV. It's the one who understands exactly what efficiency costs once the warranty closes. Stay sharp out there. And before you click away, ask yourself one last question. If a hybrid only pays off when you drive 18,000 miles a year, and you only drive 9,000, what exactly were you paying for when you signed that financing contract?